On your demand, taking your subject, recognizing negativity. So you guys tell me, how do you define negativity? So come, how do you define negativity? One sec. Mag, can you please allow her to unmute herself? Sukham Singh. Anusha is saying something that holds you from your potential. I don't want vague answers, Anusha. What is that something? Morning, Sukham.
Good morning, Sangeeta ji. Thank you.
Something that pulls you down. Okay.
Yes, something that maybe tries to spoil your day. Maybe you don't deal with it well. Things that you need to recognize, maybe within you or in your surrounding, and how you can deal with something that, as somebody said, drags you down. That's something negative that's influencing you, maybe keeping you back from your happiness.
Which means you all are telling me only one thing, that we give power to that something or someone.
Yes.
Pull ourselves down. So why do you guys give power to that something or someone?
True. That's true. We empower somebody else to affect us. That's true.
So why do you give power to them?
Sometimes we have trust and faith and we don't recognize it till it really gets a little, larger than it should have been allowed to get. So how do we recognize that and try and empower our own self not to feel so affected?
Yes, Akam. So you are saying that because initially you had faith and trust and then they failed that faith and trust. किसी ने आपने किसी पे भरोसा रखा, उन्होंने वो भरोसा तोड़ा, इसलिए वो आपको नीचे खींच के ले जा रहा है, उसको आप नेगेटिव बताते हो. तो मुझे ये पूछना है कि नाउ दैट यू रिकॉग्नाइज, अब आपको पता है कि उन्होंने आपका भरोसा तोड़ा, then why do you continue with them? If you guys are saying you broke, I know you all are lying. Because power is always with your loved ones and power struggle is never with outsider. So you now tell me, in spite of recognizing that they actually somewhere pull you down, somewhere they broke your trust, things didn't happen your way. जिस तरीके से आपको चाहिए था वो नहीं हुआ, फिर आपने वो कंटिन्यू क्यों रखा? Why did you continue?
Personally speaking, I usually try to my best about that relationship, and then I do separate myself. Personally, I do. But I just wanted to know how we can recognize people who are maybe going to, affect you in a not so kind way, and just deal with it in a better way than letting it spoil your happiness for a longish time, and then you try and react to it finally by saying that I want no more of it. That I think eventually everybody does. When they meet such people, they try to be good themselves, maybe bear them, be patient with them, but sometimes we do get a little upset, and that upset feeling, I want to know how we can deal with more instantly, so that we don't let the person or anything like that coming in your life. Because
now, if that is actually your question, no, Sukham, how to heal it more instantly, then learning Theta healing is the only way, because Theta healing is actually, you need to identify what incident of your lifetime made you believe in something. What you believed is your belief and your energy field. What is your energy field is creating a pattern, and what pattern you have created, you vibrate from that frequency. What frequency you vibrate, you attract the same. Okay. Now the problem is how many have the tool to understand that what
Huh.
happened 5,000 years back to me, and that is giving me the belief, and I'm still attracting it. What happened to me when I was in my mother's womb, what happened to me 30 years back, there are no tools people have. Like now, I would call it a very advanced technique. Like it's not simply an energy healing technique, it's a very advanced technique because it gives you the toolbox to identify limiting belief, and not only to identify limiting belief, you know what had happened, what did your soul learn from it. Now the minute you recognize your learning, you automatically disconnect from that happening to you. Those people who pull you down, those people whom you feel you trusted at one point, which means again my expectations didn't meet my reality. The reason why we all get stuck to our past, that mere saath ye hua tha, like this happened to me, this happened to me, this happened to me, giving so much energy. And not that even many realize that I mean what good it is for me to remember that I want to move out from this, but unable to move out from that. I'm sure, like, if you guys have been listening to it for more than a year now, you all recognize your answers are also like, surrounding you all recognize, ki, like, I don't want to live in the past. It's done, it's over. I'm fed up, I'm tired, like, I want to move on. Like,
Yes.
but there is a part which, even when we think, even when we meet such people, the part of us is still angry, still helpless, still feeling very bad about it, because that's how human body is made up of. Like your emotions gets trapped in your body. You something
True.
which is trapped, that it's in a bubble. Now it's in a bubble in your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind believes that this is very painful. I don't want you to be in pain, so it stores it very nicely, like in a bubble. It is like I mean, I am giving protection to a snake, and with the fear that if the snake will come out of the bubble, then the snake will hurt me again. But not realizing what remaining in the bubble, it is also little porous, and what snake is throwing is poison which is spreading in my entire body. And
Yes.
I can there are tools through which that snake can be pulled out and can be thrown out, but we have multiple of them, not one. Multiple means probably in millions. Our body is made up of millions of cells. We store. We store them in different places, and then we say that, why is my body feeling, I'm tired, or why am I not being able to come out? Because what is feeding you is
Mm.
those bubbles. And
Yes.
those bubbles
Very right.
is what you are. So that is one thing, and that requires a lot of like mindfulness living, using those tools to constantly, because see, it is not about life being positive or negative, people being positive or negative. Question is about me being able to handle that negativity, and how do I handle that.
True, true. Yes.
Question is about how I handle it defines whether someone can pull me down or I will be going up.
Very right.
I
Very
mean,
right.
the power is not in that someone and something. The power is in my ability to be able to handle it.
Yes.
How many are focusing? Not even one person said that I'm focusing on my ability to enhance my ability to be able to handle it differently.
Yes. Maybe we didn't word it like that. Even I didn't. But since this 1 year, I'm. I feel that I pass by many situations more happily now because
You
I
are not,
learned to talk to myself through your meditation. So
yeah.
maybe yeah.
So come the difference is, affirmations work greatly, but not always. So that's a difference between affirmation and a download. So
Right.
download is actually, so like it's instilling, it's opening up a window in your master cell, near which is located near your pineal gland. So many, what you are not realizing are those downloads which are actually keeping, keeping that opening and allowing the subconscious to feel safer that this
Okay.
possibility is there. And at the same time, we converse with ourselves based on our level of consciousness. If our consciousness does not open up and there is not a constant effort to open it up, then imagine that same clutter in which we are affirming with the based on then say clutter. Are you getting my point? So
Yes.
that is like, see, because, and I'm not even claiming that, as we progress, problem will stop. I'm not claiming मेरी life में problem नहीं है, किसी की life में problem नहीं है. If someone is claiming, their life is not, they don't have any negative people around them, they don't come across any negative situation. No, it is, we are constantly, because see, I bypass one layer, I clear my first standard exam. Now the universe will say you're ready for second standard. Now again I start working towards it. I have to use my brain. And but if I will not, that's what we say, right? You want to avoid Alzheimer's, you want to avoid that, use it. Keep it on. So then I'm again working out and that pushes me to enhance my frequency, because now I have to think out of the box. अच्छा, the first standard का like question बहुत easy था, अब तो वो समझ में आ, अरे मैंने इतने साल निकाले उसको मास्टर करने में, like probably few months, few years I spent. God, why again this happened? God, I had cleared this belief. God, I had done. I am saying of what theta healers say, but ma'am, I had cleared my this belief. How did it come back? I worked on my worthiness. How did it come back? I cleared that people sucked me dry. How did it come back? But in that moment, who you were is over and completed. In this moment, who you are is the new you. And the new you is there living because your soul is saying that, I want to evolve. I want to move forward. And probably till I have not understood, something which pushes me. And I am like, I sometimes you feel I'm thrown in the fire, and now I'm the only one who can help myself out. And then
Yes.
you start thinking what is the best way, and I want to jump out of it. Does not matter. There's an adrenal rush, So I'm so sorry. I'm talking theta language as if I'm talking to my students, but probably
It's
I don't know whether it's making sense
very
to you guys. Or,
important to us. Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
it's like, it is simply a bubble in which we remain. We just finished teaching you and God class, you and the creator, and the entire focus was in my meditation. How do I know whether it is the divine intelligence talking to me or it is my own inner self talking to me? How do I distinguish the messages between the two? And
That's
Diana very beautifully said, there's an entire course designed for that and a beautiful book written for that. And she said, the more you know yourself, you understand the difference. The question is, if I don't recognize my own voice, then I can't differentiate other voice. But if I recognize my own voice, I recognize my own self. If I know myself, then I know this is not me talking, this is the creator talking. And she says, like, even the four level of beliefs we split into like four aspects of it. That, something happened in your life few years back, and that suddenly put you in that survival mechanism. We all said fight and flight, and we have a survival instinct, and which is very necessary for my body. My subconscious has a survival mechanism. It's not through my
yes.
conscious mind. Remember, it is through your subconscious mind survival. And like my body will shout, you are in danger, your survival. And I get instantly into that frequency of survival. And there is a part of me which starts working at a very good speed at my subconscious level. And that is what we call an undercurrent. And that says, don't worry, I'm there. I will safeguard you. Your mother hurt you. Your mother hurt you, which means, like, love is hurtful. Mummy ne na bola na. So love is very hurtful. Love hurts me. Don't worry, I will not allow anyone to love you now. Now,
True.
anyone who loves you, because love hurts you, I will not allow anyone to give any chance to hurt you. At a conscious level, what are you saying? My love life is messed up, I'm stuck. My career life is messed up, I'm stuck. And you're wondering, like, because your soul craves for love, and that's what your soul is here for. You are yourself that well of love, I mean, soul is nothing else than the energy of love. And we forget who we are. An entire life goes. And Sukham, I mean, if you ask me the most negative part is it's not one lifetime. We spent thousands and millions of years in that undercurrent playing and in that negativity which we ourselves created at a subconscious level. Not even bothered to identify, not even bothered, because we get so stuck into it. Our ego says, I did everything. मैंने सब किया, क्यों कुछ नहीं बदल रहा है? मैंने सब रिपोर्ट्स निकाले, क्यों नहीं मेरी हेल्थ इंप्रूव हो रही है? क्यों कोई डॉक्टर डायग्नोस नहीं कर रहा है? I did everything in my relationship. I gave so much. Why is it that people are not understanding? But boss, the problem is not with others. Problem is that your undercurrent. Problem is your survival self, and problem is your ego. Your ego self is saying, I did everything. I have this. I have given. I am the one. Why
Yeah.
is this happening to me? I am doing that and not connected to your higher frequency. So, how do I get out of the negativity when I am
Yes.
the one who created that? And I don't have a tool to recognize that, right? So that is a huge vicious circle. We get trapped. We get trapped so badly into it, life after life, life after life, life after life, and doing nothing about it, actually doing nothing about it. Because, like, I mean, for years, the earth's frequency had not risen. Like, I mean, people, there are many healers who say that on the like Sunny Satin had, like, he was the one who studied under Dr. John Kappas, Dr. Brian Weiss, an intelligent, superb guy, like, IIT fellow who started the School of Hypnosis here. And he had written a very beautiful book about 2012. And he had written it much before when, there was this talk of 2012, the whole year, saying 2012 mein world khatam ho jayega. This entire thing will vanish. He finished a book and next day he died actually.
Oh.
A very beautifully written book. I can't remember the name because I gifted that book to someone. And he had very beautifully mentioned there that, on the frequency of 0 to 100, we human being vibrate from the frequency of 3. And we
Oh.
call ourselves evolved, advanced. We call
Yeah.
ourselves, I mean, we are like evolved as
Yes.
plants. We are evolved. Plants don't have any regrets and resentment. आप पत्थर फेंको वो आपको फिर भी फल ही देगा. Whatever you do to plant, no, they will still give you oxygen. They will still give you fruits, flowers. You know, they don't have anything, and then they're so independent. They make their own food. They are also sensitive. You are cursing them, they will start dying. They understand it. But they will never come and say that, I mean, it's because of you. And then we human beings, hold on to resentment. We want to give it back to people. एक बार तो दिखाना है, I show it to you. And उसको समझ में आना चाहिए. The person should go through that once to realize what that pain is. This is what you gave me. Plants don't say, plants will still give you that fruit. Plant will, you're cutting them, they're still giving you something which you are using. And then we claim we are such an evolved spirit. We understand. How are you evolved? How on the earth are you evolved? You guys tell me. Even a snake doesn't bite you till you don't hurt a snake. How are you? You call it poisonous and you call human beings safe. What defines that you are positive and they are negative? So the question is, we need to understand what is positive and what is negative. It was an eye opener for me in my journey as a healer. Truly an eye opener, because when that genetic case, which I have mentioned many times on the platform, that his body couldn't produce cortisol. My teacher said, Sangeeta, you can't take this case in your hand. You're signing your own suicidal note. Don't be stupid to take this case in your hand. Are you mad? There were some cases which I took at an initial stage. They are like, pagal ho gayi hai ye ladki ka dimag nahi hai. Sun nahi rahi hai. She has gone mad. ठीक है, वो भुगतेगी, she doesn't listen. Again, I just listen to the compassion. I couldn't see him when my eyes meet that young child's eyes. But when I identify through the proxy work that the problem was the mother gave food to the in-laws before she ate her food. She was pregnant. She felt hungry, but she did not eat food. Because sanskar ye bolte hai, because sanskara says give food to the in-laws, your parents first serve them. And that was the reason for a child's sickness of 11 months ICU unit, lifelong disease. Body can't produce one of a very big genetic disorder. There is no solution for it medically. All over the world, there is no solution and multiple side effects. And when mother was crying during the session, because she herself is seeing that when I'm not telling her by doing a scan, what I did last 2 weeks for you guys. I didn't tell her by doing a scan. In fact, I had not learned theta healing then. So I went to learn theta healing only for that child. And mother is crying and I'm asking her, who is crying, mother or child? She said, I am crying because she is seeing. And she is telling me, I didn't realize this is what my child felt. And so many cases after cases, and every time people who came, whether it was fourth stage cancer, it was genetic disorder, the body can't, the ovary is missing in the body, the person is in the jail, whether anything and everything, people came up. The resolution came when they went to some memory, which now if I think about it, it feels very stupid. It feels what she did was so positive. कितनी संस्कारी बहू है, बड़ों को खिलाकर खाती है. Such a positive thing. If she would have eaten, we would have said, negative about her. कोई संस्कार नहीं दिए माँ बाप ने. पहले वो तो अपना खाना खाने को बैठ जाती है, बाकी सबका जो होना होगा वो होगा. So it started making me think, to question what is positive and what is negative. I realized what I did with my own child was such a negative thing. It wasn't positive. I was not a negative mother. But probably who saved my child was my pediatrician and not me. Because when my child is critical, she is losing her senses in ICU unit for 10 days, throwing blood. And she is asking me, Mom, and I'm telling, Beta, sab acha ho jayega. Don't worry. Everything will be good. We are there with, And do you know that was the most negative statement I made? Would I have, if I wouldn't have learned, would I have ever thought that could have resulted in me losing my child? And When I learned healing and I realized that how on the earth we we don't realize what we are doing. And my doctor did not give her false hope. Do you know USA has done so much research? They don't tell a 2 year or a 3 year old child when a father dies that Bhagwan ke ghar gaya hai. They don't say. They say don't say anything which is a lie, but they train you how to speak the truth. And that was one thing which, I mean, again and again I realized my definition of what is negative and positive is completely messed up. When my daughter got married, and I mean, Deepika Padukone's that lehenga came with Sabyasachi putting Akhand Saubhagyavati Bhava. Somebody suggested me, why don't you put it for your daughter? And I said, how lovely. Yeah, I also want to put Akhand Saubhagyavati Bhava. And then when a healer in me invoked, and I said, what am I blessing my daughter for? तुम्हारा सौभाग्य अखंड रहे मतलब, like, I mean, you should die before her. Why do I want? And in Gujaratis, we have a ritual. During the wedding, we give them envelope to people who go and bless them in their years. Akam Saubhagyavati Bhava. I said, like, what am I doing? Why? Why do I have to bless her by this? The question is, all of you, I'm just letting you know, guys, the truth is, forget the first part of it. That, you don't know how to handle it. You are in that bubble. The truth is, you don't even know what is positive and what is negative. We we don't change from time. We hold on to it for years and years and years. There are so many rules and regulations which were being made probably 20 generations before. हम लोगों को पता नहीं वो rules भी क्यों बना था. I mean, probably it is some मेटाफोरिकल. पहले के जमाने में गांव में बैलगाड़ी में बेटी जाती थी, तो आज भी विदाई में वो लड्डू कटोरी में स्टील की वो बोलते कवर करके साथ में दो. अरे but now they stay in a 5-star, they go in a car and then they are being fed properly and they are not going to go for days in a बैलगाड़ी. Why are you giving them that laddu which they are never even going to touch and eat? But you are so stressed out. वो विदाई के टाइम पे मैंने लड्डू रखा है कि नहीं? Is that laddu there or not? So I'm just giving a small example. Like, I'm just saying, all of us hold on to what was being created. We don't even know when. We don't question because there are 1,000 things that people will argue with you, and then again they will say ये इतनी negative है ना, नहीं सुनना है तो मत सुनो. My job was to tell you, and you just feel, why do I want a negative energy around me right now when it doesn't matter to me that there is one more laddu, event manager will prepare it and keep it there, and I don't want to fight with it. But we continue doing the same thing. So there's times we ourselves are promoting negativity, not questioning, not wanting to change it. Right? This is the food for the day, guys, for you. Before we will progress further, I want you all to do homework. You want to understand it deeper, you need to work for it. That depends on tomorrow what I will do. I want you to decide and say, where are you in a bubble? This is your question 1. May I please write it on for the group? Where are you in the bubble of negativity? The question 2. Challenge one thing in your life which probably you have not recognized or you have recognized, which is negative. The example that I gave you for giving the laddu or Akhand Saubhagyavati Bhava. What you speak, what you do, जो आप रोज बोलते हो और आप रोज करते हो, आपको पता है ये नेगेटिव है, you know it is negative, you continue doing that. What is that one thing? Don't give me 10 things, give me one thing. This is your soul's journey. Sangeeta Shah cannot come and say, Acha chalo, there's a magnet, all the negativity will go. I can guide you through 1,000 meditations. 1,000 meditations. But your soul is not learning anything out of it. It's going to come back in some different way. Theta healing taught me one thing: don't give easy too loud. Work, 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 and go on working. Clear, clear. Even today, we learn as a Theta healer. We don't stop our learning journey. Because millions of years I gathered it, and now suddenly I say, oh, I've become a master. What master? Nothing. It's a degree which is there. It doesn't make you a master. So, second thing, identify that thing, the negativity, like, which you still continue. And what are you waiting for to stop it? What is the best way you will deal with that? Your question 3. The people who all of you said pull us down, negativity, you trusted them. Why did you trusted them? What was the greed in you? What were you receiving from them? If you continue being with them, why are you still with them? Because if you guys are telling me I don't be there, either it is your fear, log kya bolenge, it's your fear, मैं अब क्या करूंगी, what will I do without them, what will people say, or fear of starting fresh again. So why are you holding on to what they gifted you? Probably we may not be able to work on each aspect. Please, I want these questions, answers to be written by everyone. And first time, I'm telling you guys, if you don't send the answers, tomorrow will not give you entry on Daily Theta.
Okay.
I am not giving you entry on Daily Theta. I don't mind working with one person.
होमवर्क संगीता जी,
हाँ? नहीं सब चीज के आंसर है, एक का आंसर दो, फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन का. We'll work on one. But guys, start working on yourself. Don't wait that Sangeeta Shah will come, Richa Parikh will come. It's an easy solution. They will explain, they will do that. Koi some other guru will come and they will do it. Enough. अब तो उठो, वो बोलते ना जागो जागो, बहुत हो गया. The reason of why morning I feel whether I should change the format is because I'm like, मैं क्या कर रही हूँ इस लोगों के साथ? I gave them all the knowledge, but what are they doing about it? They're still doing nothing about it. Probably I should stop it so that they start doing something about it. So everyone will send me the answer. The one who doesn't will not get the entry tomorrow. Send us the answer. If you can't answer all 3 questions, 1 ka answer has to come by tomorrow. Question 2 has to come by day after tomorrow. Question 3 has to come after that. Is this loud and clear to all of you? Very, very loud and clear. Okay? Waiting for answers from all of you. Right now, there were 36 people. Now I see 35. All 35 has got the message clearly. On group, we have more than 500 people. We'll put it to them also. See you all tomorrow. Wishing you all an awakening journey today. You write it on the group, Shilpa, if you are part of the group. Are you part of the Daily Theta group on WhatsApp? Those who are not part of that, they can write it on our YouTube channel. You can send it to Mahek on 9819232223. Samina wants to know what are the questions, please. Mahek, who has written the questions? Can you please put it on the chat? Because we are just about to close it. Who Sukham is writing every day, Shilpa is writing every day. Sukham, can you put it on the question? Send to Sesta. Chat pe, like, please put it on the chat. Samina, are you the part of the group? Then it will be there. Please click a photograph, Samina. Anusha has written here. What are you living in your bubble? And I have explained. Whoever does not understand, please see today's video and see what questions I have asked. If you don't understand what is a bubble, I have explained today what is a bubble. If you don't understand the second question, I have explained. If you don't understand third question, I have explained. See them again and again, you will understand what I am saying. But I want the answer before I offer you the solution. Yes? A beautiful awakening journey for all of you. To start working for yourself. Thank you so much for joining. Lots of gratitude.